real fast. But my question is, are there any actors...
I love that you wrote your question down.
Yeah, I tend to forget things. I'm kind of ADD.
Really?
I'm all over the place.
That's all right, so am I. Look at me. I forgot to take my pill this morning.
It's okay, we love it. Are there any of the actors that you've worked with that have been distracting to work with, of course Stephen Amell, by hotness, I mean, or any that you want to work with that are, you know, you may have a crush on or somebody that you think is hot other than Stephen Amell? Just gonna put that
Who
in
says
there.
I have a crush on Stephen Amell?
You do?
Of course I do. Am I stupid?
We all know why that shirtless scene happened in the first season.
Thank you. Do you all know how the shirtless scene happened? Yes, well, when I was signed up, I was signed as Malcolm Merlin when they started the series, and I was in Palm Springs. They called me up and they said, you know, John, we don't know if you would like to do this. We think you'll probably turn it down. But would you be interested? And they told me the story, and they said you'll be with Malcolm Merlin, will be a constant throughout the series, and you'll come in and out and do all sorts of stuff, and it's going to be a great thing, and we're creating this world, and you'll be working with this new guy called Stephen Amell. So I'm like, Google. As I'm on the phone, I'm like, ho, ho, ho. Christmas has come early. And they're talking to me and they're saying all this stuff and I'm not listening. I'm looking at the picture. Scott comes over and he goes, why are you so excited? And I'm like, look at this. Should I accept the job? And he's like, are you stupid? So yes, I turned to them and I said, look, this is, you sound to me like when Russell T. Davies and Phil Collinson and Julie Gardner talked to me about Doctor Who and Captain Jack. It's the creation of a whole new world, like a Disney song. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. Don't look so happy. So I said to them, of course I'll do it. I said, one condition. I want a scene where he is topless and I am in it. And they went, done. Sign on the dotted line. Now, I had forgotten about it, and then when that script came up, I got a call from Andrew Kreisberg, and he said, your dreams come true. I went, why? He said, read page 52 or whatever it was, and I was like, oh. Oh. I felt an epiphany. So when we filmed that sequence, obviously I had to walk around Oliver. This is Oliver, right? And I had to walk in, and he's hanging there, and I had to walk around, and we did all the dialogue, and Stephen was great. He was strung up, sweaty, topless, bulging everywhere. And I walked around him, and they went, cut, and I said, can we do another take? They're like, yeah, do another take. So I walked in, and I went like this. I went, Oliver, and he went, Malcolm, or something. I can't remember the dialogue. Stephen remembers everything, but he said something, and I walked up and I went, even if I got fired, best moment of my life. So that's how it all began.
Have there been like other distracting...
Oh, other people. Sorry, back to your question. There have. I worked with Rob Lowe. And Rob Lowe has got a portrait in his attic like people say I do. In fact, we share the same portrait. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, pick up a book and read it. Dorian Gray, right? It's a great, great book. Anyway, so I'm trying to think of others. Off the top of my head. Who?
Tennant. Or ones you would...
David Tennant, I've had him. You know his nickname?
Tennant.
David Tennant.
Tennant. Thank you, Billy Porter.
It's because of his feet.
Thank you, Billy Porter.
Who's talking? I hear no. Okay, great. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm like, where's those voices in my head? Where are they coming from? So, I mean, off the top, it's hard for me to think off the top of my head. I wouldn't mind doing Captain America. I mean, really doing him. I'm just gonna be honest. Well, you know, also, people don't get this, but I like Daniel Craig. My mother doesn't. My mom and I have discussions. She doesn't like him because she said James Bond shouldn't do this. Do you agree? But let's just say his physical form, awesome. He can walk out of that beach in that little thing that he wore and that, was it 2 movies ago? Totally awesome. Sorry, I'm gonna get carried away here. Thank you very much. You'll put me down a route that I don't want to go down. Yes.
Hi, so I talked to you yesterday?
Did you?
Yes, I did. Great. I had a question, I kind of stumped you. The kind of thing that you did before.
Yes, the cheer. The cheer.
Did you find out?
Yeah, is that what are you talking about?
Yes.
We used to do a cheer before La Cage aux Folles, and I wrote about it in the book, and I said I can't describe it to you, but I have to do it in person. I can't remember what it was. I actually text everybody. I did. I text my friend Matt Crozan, who texts all the other guys who were in the show. No one can remember what it was. But we used to do a chant back. This is like it's not going to be even funny, this answer, because we did a chant and we would do something like, yeah, or sugar babies or something. I don't know what it was. And then we would start the show. It got us off on a big gay foot, right? I can't remember what it was. I'm going to have to really dig. And if I do remember, I will post it on Facebook. Okay?
Thank you.
I promise. Yes. You failed this city. Sit down.
So my question is related to the shirtless scene you had with Steven.
The shirtless scene?
Yes.
I wasn't shirtless.
In season 3, your role kind of reversed, and you were beaten and tortured by Roz. So which scene did you have more fun doing?
Not that I'm going to say I like being hung and tortured. No, I don't. They were both fun. The one where it reminded me when spoiler alert for those of you who haven't caught up, and if you haven't caught up, what the hell have you been doing? I was hung in the cage in Nanda Parbat, and Raish was coming in and they were torturing me, and Oliver and Diggle came to save me, blah, 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 and I was hanging. They reminded me of a scene that I did as Captain Jack, where I was hung, and also everybody from the village came in and stabbed me and shot me and had killed me because they wanted to see this guy, the devil, come back to life all the time. I remember when I shot that sequence, nothing like this happened when I was doing the stuff for Arrow, but in Torchwood, where I was hanging, I actually was in a bathtub full of fake blood, right? And it's made out of sugar. So, you got it. I went home and Scott's like, what's that? I'm like, taste it. I'm covered in it. It's sugar blood. It turns into like candy. Anyway, but I was standing in this bathtub of this blood, and I got out, showered, did it. I was there for like 10 hours, off and on. And rather than washing every time and doing continuity again, I just stayed covered in it. For a week after that, something happened, an allergic reaction to my feet. All of my feet and my toes all started cracking open and splitting. I know, excuse me, I just burped. I totally just burped there. Better not put the mic down there. So my feet were in terrible shape for 2 weeks. Lee, you don't care, do you? He's like, whatever. But I like those scenes because they show more depth to the character in a way that you kind of feel sorry for him a little bit. And if you don't, shut up. Is that all right?
Thank you.
Good. Which bits do you like?
I go both ways.
Don't go like, ooh. It's the 21st century. A lot of people go both ways. Yeah. And you're near San Francisco, for Christ's sake. Anyway, yes.
I'm really, really greedy. So
You're greedy? Well, you go more than both ways then.
I do.
Don't be too greedy, because those people behind you, they will stab you. Yes.
First thing, can you please say hello to my husband? His name is Jay, and he loves you.
Hi, Jay.
And yes, I love you as Captain Jack, and I love you in Torchwood, and I love you in everything. But my favorite is when you're judging the contest to find like the next Maria.
Yep.
Or that's my favorite. And I love you because you're so honest. to the people, no matter how bad it is or how good
Oh
it is.
yeah, and when it's
And
bad, it's bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
These are
I've never
programs
seen
I
that.
did in the UK with Andrew Lloyd Webber and Cameron McIntosh in the BBC, and we found new people to star in big West End musicals, and one was for How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria. I also did it in Canada. We did one to find a Joseph for Joseph. We did Oliver to find the Nancy. So I've done a few of them, yes, and I'm pretty blunt.
Yeah.
I'm not mean, but some people take honesty as being mean.
What's it like to work with, shit, his name just popped out of my head.
Shit?
Andrew Lloyd, sorry. Andrew Lloyd
She said it,
Webber.
I didn't. It's
Sorry.
clear now, we can use the word.
Sorry, kids. What's it like to work
I'm
with...
sure the kids have heard it in the playground before. And if their parents think they haven't, grow up.
What's it like to work with Andrew Lloyd Webber? Because he seems to be like a brutally honest person as well, so...
If he remembers what he's talking about.
Right.
That was a joke. You guys are a tough crowd. Andrew's Andrew. I can't tell you the story.
Come on.
No, I can't, because this is a story because a word is used and it's not appropriate. But it's something from The Sound of Music. And Mother Superior says it to Maria. And this is the actual line. What is it you can't face? Change the word a little bit with an English accent. You get what I'm saying? Right? I'm not saying it. But we dared Andrew to do it on air, live. And he did. And the cameras had to go off us because literally myself and David Ian and Denise Van Outen wet our pants. We couldn't, and the girl that he was talking to, she was, taken in and he did it so off the cuff. But we were like, what? Mind you, we had to pay out $5,000 to one of his charities because he did it. That was the deal. But we couldn't. But he's good fun. When you get him on, there was another instance. We were sitting in his house in Ireland, and where he raises all the horses, where his wife raises the horses. It's a castle. It's not a house. I'm not kidding you. It is a castle. It's like Game of Thrones, huge. And we're in there, and there's all this smoke billowing up. We're all telling stories. He's talking about Liza Minnelli. I just swam in his pool naked with some people. It was great. We had a fun time. We're sitting all wrapped in towels. The fire is roaring. And I look up at the painting, and I'm like, that's a Picasso. A real Picasso. And I said, Andrew, the smoke's billowing up the Picasso. This Picasso's probably worth like 2, 3, 4 million pounds, double that for dollars, right? And I said, Andrew, the smoke's billowing up, it's gonna hurt the painting. He went, don't worry, darling, we'll just have it cleaned. Okay.
You should have offered to clean it.
No, are you kidding me? I don't even clean my own house, I'm not cleaning his painting. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff.